This video is going to change a lot about how you think about going global. This video is going to bust a lot of myths, and it's going to tell you that moving abroad wherever you are is possible in whichever career stage you're in, irrespective of where you come from, what your background is, what your education is, or what your experience is. You can move abroad even if you're a 10th pass, 12th pass, complete fresher, have no experience, have amazing experience. Wherever you are in your life, there is an option of going global. And today, we're going to discover that. Hello and namaste, my name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by here, thank you so much for doing so. And if you are a regular viewer, thank you so much for spending time with me yet again. I'm a finance professional, a digital creator, and also the CEO and founder of Globalogy. And as an immigrant, today's video makes me super proud because I'm very excited to discover opportunities with you that I know you can access without a lot of experience or without amazing education. Now, I am going to cover two major broader pathways. This video is specifically for Europe because every continent and every country tends to be different, but European countries, because of their alignment together, because of European Union, they tend to have similar pathways that we can use. So today's video is going to cover majorly Europe, but hopefully I will be making videos like this for different countries. So if you are interested in any particular country where you want to know how you can move without, a lot of education and experience, then let me know in the comments. Let me know which country you're thinking of, and I'll make sure I make a video around it. So first of all, without getting too technical, let's talk about why this video is so special. You guys know I come from a very small town called Baudia. It may not look like it, but I really do come from a small place. And while I was growing up, I spent about 10-12 years of my initial life there. And growing up, we always thought that the best that could happen to our lives is having a life in the city, which was Kolkata. And the system that we grew up in, the environment around us, was always telling us that you have to be an excellent student academically to be able to go anywhere in life. That, if you're average, you tend to have an average life, you can't really have big dreams. And so when I started Globalogy, one of my mission really was to bust that, to find pathways that, different people in different walks of their life can utilize to move abroad. Now, this video is not about Globalogy. We'll talk about that later. I think just as an immigrant and as somebody who's coming from a small town, somebody who's, not been the smartest person in the room, making a video like this makes me super happy. Growing up, I was always running the rat race. I was always academically excellent and at the top of my class because I thought that is my only way of getting out of the life that I was born in and moving up the social ladder. But that's not the truth anymore. We're living in 2024, and I really cannot believe that I'm making a video like this where I'm giving pathways to you guys as to how you, whether you come from an average lifestyle or background, or whether you are somebody who is not highly sophisticated in their education or experience, you still have an option of moving abroad. So I'm going to divide this video into two broad segments. The first one is going to be for people who have no experience. So if you're a complete fresher, but you have basic education like a bachelor's degree and stuff. And the second one is going to be for people who have not a lot of education, your 10th pass, 12th pass, 8th pass, college pass, and you have experience or you have no experience. Wherever you are, as long as you have an 8th pass or a 10th pass, irrespective of whether you have education or not, the second pathway will work for you. Without much ado, let's get started and talk about pathway number one, which is traineeships. Now, Europe is very big on traineeships, and because of their central position, the fact that they have the best time zone in the world, the fact that they're centrally located, they tend to have a lot of traineeships. And because of even EU being in existence, the European Union and the EU Commission that tends to be there that regulates a lot of what goes on between different European countries, there are many traineeships that you can access as a foreign national. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my top 4, which are all currently open right now. Don't need any experience as long as, like I said, you have a bachelor's degree, you can apply to all of these. For some of these, you might not even need bachelor's. Even if you're an ongoing student, you can still apply. So the first one that I have up here is by CERN. It's an organization that works in nuclear energy and it is based out of Switzerland. I'm sure you're already like, oh my God, this is probably for all the scientific geeks. Not true. I'm just pulling up 2 of their current openings, which they have. These are just examples. If you go onto their all jobs portal, you'll find more. So let's go into that. So this one's the CERN Courier Magazine Advertising Sales and Marketing Officer. This says, are you a recent graduate looking for professional experience with an international environment? And then are you passionate about sales and driving, achieving results? Once you go down, you'll see that these are the requirements: excellence, communication skills, proficiency in English. If you have French proficiency, it's an advantage, but it's not a requirement. And then of course, demonstrate exception to detail, all of that. Let's look at the eligibility criteria. Now, I do want to say that CERN positions are generally only open for CERN nationals. So people who are coming from European countries or associated associate member states, which has India and a couple of other countries. We'll look at that list. But the eligibility criteria is that you must be a national of a CERN member or an associate member state. And then you must have only a maximum of 2 years of professional experience. So you should not have more than 2 years, meaning that you should have 0 to 2 years. And your highest qualification should be bachelor's or master's degree. In terms of what they offer, I'll take you through just the basics. They will give you a monthly stipend of anywhere between 5,134 to 5,647 Swiss francs. Pretty decent. This is net of tax, so you'll not pay any tax on this. And then health scheme, pension fund, 30 days of paid leave every year. Oh my God, like I really wish Canada had this. And then on the job training and language courses for English or French, whatever you need. As I promised, we'll look at the member state list right now. So members are all the European countries which are there, and then you have Cyprus, Estonia, Slovenia are pre-stage, and then Brazil, Croatia, India, Latvia, Lithuania, Pakistan, Turkey, Ukraine are all associate member states. So if you are from any of these countries, you are eligible to apply. They also have another role that I found very interesting, which is junior officer for host state relations. Similar, are you a recent graduate that's looking for professional experience? In terms of what they're looking for, just not a lot, except that you must have excellent skills in French. If you have them, that's great. And then good knowledge of English. So for this, you will need both. For the last one, we didn't. And these are just 2 examples. They have a whole list. Everything else remains the same, whether it's the amount that you get paid and all of that. This is not the whole list. They have a full set of jobs that you can look at. And then depending on where you are in your life stage, you can sort of scroll through and see what all is available. So if you are a student, I highly recommend looking at the short-term internship. If you are somebody who's coming out of a break, they also have a post-break fellowship that you can consider. So quite a lot of interesting opportunities that are sporadically set out. Do have a look over the careers page and then see which ones of these fit you. Now, if this works out for you, well and good. But if it doesn't, then I have another option. It's called the Blue Book traineeship. This opens twice a year and it is a 5-month paid traineeship. The registration closes on 30th August on 2024. And in terms of who can apply, let's look at the eligibility. It is open to all EU citizens, but then a limited number of places are also allocated to non-EU nationals. So it is of course limited, but again, it is allocated to non-EU nationals. I have posted about this fellowship every year since I've started creating content, and every year at least 1 or 2 people do get through because they have more than 200 spots or 500 spots, something like that. Eligibility, again, bachelor's degree. You should have no work experience whatsoever, and then just a good language understanding of English, French, or German. Either or, it's not all of them. Of course, if you have more than one, then it is an advantage, but wherever you are, I think this would work for you. Now, if you like Blue Book traineeships and the concept of it, you will definitely like the next one, which is the Cicero traineeship and also study traineeships. These are 2 combined. This is the Cicero traineeship. Again, very, very similar to the Blue Book traineeships. It is for 5 months. You will be in Brussels. You'll be paid about 18 euros a month. And then you will also have travel, mobility allowance, health insurance, accidental, blah, blah, blah. You will right now be applying for spring session of next year, which is for 16th Feb to 15th July. And the application is going to end on 1st July to 30th September. So it's ending in September. So you do have some time before the application closes. And they are looking for EU citizens, but also citizens from third country can apply and may be selected in exceptional cases. Very similar to the Blue Book traineeships. Again, something that I post almost every year and something that sees consistent success stories. I would say though that Cicero tends to see slightly lesser because I think the spots are lesser. The success stories that I see for Blue Book are much more than what I see for Cicero. In terms of study visits, you can also look at study visits in a nutshell and sort of see if this would also be something that would work for you. Again, this is very, very similar to Cicero, 1 to 4 months. All of that is covered except health insurance is not covered in this. You must have a bachelor's degree, and then again, citizens from third countries can also apply. So for all 4 of these traineeships, I have left the link on the screen as and when I spoke about them. Make sure you take screenshots and go and apply to them. Now let's talk about the pathway number 2 that will work for anyone and everyone. This is irrespective of where you come from, your nationality, your experience, all of that. This is the direct job placement vertical by Globalogy, something that I am supremely proud of. Like I said at the start of this video, I really wanted to come up with a pathway that would work for everyone, because I just feel otherwise the concept of going global and moving abroad becomes very discriminatory. And that's why I'm super, super proud that we have something like DJP. So very recently, 7 of our clients from different countries, some from Africa, some from Nepal, some from India, got their work permits from Czech Republic, Poland, Germany, all of these countries. And these were all guaranteed job placements. This is how we did it for them. So what we do at Globalogy is that we work directly with companies in Europe that need foreign workers. Now, these are all non-white collar jobs. They are either mid-tier or blue-collared, but they are all non-white collared. So I don't think it would work for somebody who is a VP or a very senior person, say in IT or a doctor and stuff. This is more for, like I said, average people leading average lives. But this is a great opportunity because one, your starting salary is like 1,500 to 2,000 euros. It is all net of tax. The employer is taking care of tax. Your accommodation is covered. In most cases, your insurance and transport is also covered, which is like transport back and forth from work. And most of our clients also provide meals when you're working. You also get overtime allowance if you're working more than the regulated hours, that's stipulated hours in your work contract. And very amazingly so, you are eligible for a permanent residency within 3 to 5 years. Now keep in mind that we're not into recruitment. There are no recruitment fees whatsoever that you are charged. There is a small consulting fee that you're charged. And also there might be a small interview at the first stage where the employer is trying to ascertain whether you know decent English or not. You don't have to be proficient in it, but you must be able to follow basic instructions. You also don't need tons of experience or amazing education to back you up, which is why this is a pathway that would work for anyone. And how does this process run? We have a list of countries and a list of vacancies. You choose whichever vacancy you like. It has all the info about the kind of work, the pay you can expect, where you'll be working, all of that. So you choose that and you send us your application. We forward it to the employer. If the employer is okay, then we schedule an interview. If the employer is fine, just on the basis of your resume, we're good to go. We move on to step number 1, which is you pay us a consulting fee, after which we go and we take our lawyers in Europe and we apply for your work permit. Once your work permit has arrived, we help you get a work visa appointment. And once you clear your visa appointment, you're all good to go. In case your work visa is rejected, we have a full refund policy. And this pathway works for citizens of all countries. So it doesn't matter where you are coming from, this pathway will definitely work for you. And if you choose DJP, you will get a guaranteed job within a week of signing up with us. You'll get your work permit between 1 to 3 months, depending on how soon they are processed. And you will get your visa within 2 to 3 months, depending on how the embassies process it in your country. So yes, it can be as soon as that. DJP, direct job placement, is a vertical at Globalogy that I'm personally very, very proud of. Just as an immigrant, having the feeling of being able to provide guaranteed job solutions to so many does make me very happy and does make the team at Globalogy very happy. I leave a lot of info about the traineeships that we discussed and Globalogy down in the description box for you. And I'll leave our contact info in the comment section, so make sure you check it out. And on that note, this amazing video has come to an end. Thanks for spending some time with me today. If you liked watching this video, please let me know in the comments down below which other topics you'd want me to cover, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, you take very good care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste.